Yeah, guys, this happened right in front of me.
NFL football's coming at us fast, and not even the players are ready. How am I supposed to sell F the refs coffee if I'm falling in love with the refs? Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, Cam Ward all made their NFL preseason debuts. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter also got some action. And while my Broncos were a bit underwhelming in the preseason for week 1, today I've got the stock reports for the entire league. Which teams or players' stocks rose in the limited, but always important, week 1 action, and who fell. Well, let's start with the bad news. Stock down. The Chargers' entire season win total after their left tackle Rashawn Slater tore his patella tendon and will be out for the season. Joe Alt will kick over to his spot at left tackle with Trey Pipkins playing at right. What was a Chargers' strength is now pretty questionable, which is very tough for a Jim Harbaugh coach team. Stock up? Chargers meme potential for the season. The Chargers have played 2 preseason games thus far. Trey Lance had a really nice outing in the first. Lance boasted some highlight-worthy plays against the Saints in his second game. Passing, he was mediocre, going for 50% and just 55 yards. But again, it's his ability to make plays with his legs that has his stock going up. 48 rushing yards and a touchdown for the former 3rd overall pick. It's just nice to see Trey Lance get a chance to play football. Something that's literally never happened for him. Stock down, quarterback Spencer Rattler, who started at QB for the Saints ahead of Tyler Shuck, but failed to lead the offense to any points in the first half and fumbled the ball away. And while reports about Tyler Shuck in training camp have been all over the place, he looked better than Rattler. Tyler, fuck it, I'm gonna shuck it, gets my best bounce back throw of the game after firing a pick 6. He hit a deep layup to get the 6 back. Shuck's stock was a bit of a roller coaster, but he ended up finishing the game, completing 15 of his 22 passes for 165 yards, with head coach Kellen Moore saying he did a great job in his first action. Stock way up. Chargers undrafted corner Eric Rodgers, who came out of nowhere for the aforementioned pick 6 of Tyler Shuck and another interception of Jake Hayner late in the game. That's how you make a roster. Stock up, DJ Ukulele. DJ stock really couldn't go anywhere but up, and I don't think most people knew the former Clemson quarterback was even on an NFL roster, but he tossed a 51-yarder in stride to a wide receiver wearing number 38. That's one of the most preseason things I'll ever say. Stock up, how reporters are asking questions these days.
Somebody on your staff told me that if you and DJ had a baby, it would be Luther Burden.
Follow-up question here, Rome. Rome was not built in a day, but was Luther Burden? You know, when you and DJ Moore fornicated to make him? Stock going way up, my new sponsor, PrizePicks. This year, I have partnered with PrizePicks as my daily fantasy sponsor. All season long, I'm only with PrizePicks. Now, I'm really excited to work with them because I love their app, and they showed me that they value what we are building here at That's Good Sports. That was incredibly important to me in making this decision, and now I want to blow their expectations out of the stratosphere and into that giant black hole that's coming for all of us. Last year, you guys had over 6,000 signups with my code. I want to surpass that this season with PrizePicks and my code TGS. If we get enough signups, I'm going to demand you see my face when you open the app instead of Drewski. Except I'll be shirtless, wearing nothing but a Denver Speedo. I want PrizePicks to receive complaints because of my body on their app. That's the goal. I've already set a NFL Week 1 lineup. A 3-pick power play. Yeah, I'm believing hard. Going more on Knicks' passing yards for week 1. I'm guessing Cam Ward against Denver's dominant defense struggles in his debut to light it up, and I'm thinking Caleb Williams might struggle passing against the Vikings D. You can create plays right now for preseason football, but one of the coolest things PrizePicks does is allow you to use the same player multiple times in the same lineup. When the NFL regular season starts, you can, for example, stack Josh Allen in passing yards and rushing TDs or passing TDs in the same game. I've wanted to do that for years. PrizePicks is available in 45 states, and you know the drill. Use my code TGS and make your first $5 deposit, and PrizePicks will give you $50 in lineups. My sign-up link is in the description, and let's show PrizePicks that I'm the smartest decision they've ever made. I was going to give Cam Ward stock up before this game was even played based on this press conference answer alone.
Did you have a target when you threw your aerial support?
Yeah, I had a target. I was trying to hit one of them boys in red jerseys, so.
Cam Ward, though, was fine. I like the way he pushed the ball downfield. He has played competently so far, and I'm excited to watch him next week when he gets more reps. Instead, I have to ask the yearly question. Stock down. Why the fuck is Tim Boyle in the NFL? I've never seen a less impressive quarterback in my life get so many opportunities. He was 4 of 13 for 24 yards and 2 picks, including a pick 6 late in the fourth quarter against the backups. That's a dude that's been bouncing around the NFL for like 7 years, and even in college threw 14 more picks than touchdowns. This Boyle needs to be lanced, and by lanced, I mean replaced by Trey Lance or forced to listen to Lance Bass until he pops.
Lance.
Yo.
True or false?
Yes, I'm gay.
He must hold a hell of a clipboard, because I don't know why he's in the league. Stock up, Bucks running back Owen Wright. For whatever reason, Rachaad White has never panned out for the Bucks. You know what they say, if it ain't white, it's right. Bucky Irving was the most exciting rookie back last season, and now Tampa might have found a dude to come in for Bucky when he needs a rest in Owen Wright. Wright was on the Ravens practice squad in 2023, he was on IR in 2024, and after he ripped 18 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown, he might be able to earn that final spot on the Bucks depth chart. Stock up a fully healthy Keaton Mitchell and the Ravens running game. Yes, it can go to 11. Now Cooper Rush and Devin Leary completed 5 total passes for 59 yards and 2 picks, and the Ravens still won easily. That was because Keaton Mitchell averaged 7.6 yards per carry and scored a very nice TD. If Mitchell resumes his 2023 form, the Ravens will own the top 3 spots for most rushing yards in a season in NFL history because they already got 2. LaJohntay Wester also housed a punt for 87 yards. Stock holding steady. Rookie kicker Tyler Loop made all of his PATs, went 1 of 2 on field goals, but nailed the 52-yarder and executed a perfect tackle on a kick return.
Kicking coach Randy Brown teaching Tyler Loop, don't get into the body, just push him out of bounds.
Wearing number 33, I honestly thought he was a safety. Safe, the opposite of the way women felt around the Ravens' last kicker. And possibly rookie Mike Green, who looked like he might be the steal of the draft for the Ravens. And all it cost him was possibly their soul. Stock down, the Colts QB situation. Anthony Richardson was taken out for an injury after getting absolutely rocked. The medical diagnosis was fucked up pinky. They popped that shit back in and he will be good to go.
Just looked down, I see my finger different direction. I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. And I looked at it again and it was definitely like that, so. So I got to get this thing popped back in place.
As messed up as that pinky looked, I'm more worried about Richardson's eyes for not seeing the blitz that led to that injury. Or does this make him the next Andrew Luck? Who knows? Daniel Jones still knows how to get sacked, but he did toss a nice dime running to his left on his way to completing less than 50% of his passes on the night. So Anthony Richardson, who struggles with accuracy, dislocated a finger on his throwing hand. Daniel Jones somehow looked even more like Daniel Jones against the Ravens' 2s and 3s, and Riley Leonard threw 0 touchdowns and an interception. And to make things even worse, they let Jerry Sandusky out of prison to call this game. The good news for Colts fans is rookie tight end Tyler Warren looks tough as nails. We had the Raiders-Seahawks. Stock up. Stock photography. Marshawn Lynch was out there snapping photos and also becoming the first photographer to throw bows. Just because he's a camera guy now doesn't mean he will ever stop.
Run through a motherfucker face.
Through a motherfucker's face. Also from this game, Steph Chambers snapped this pic of Geno Smith giving the Seahawks crowd the double birds as he walked onto the field with the team. Holy crap, maybe Geno is the perfect throwback Raiders quarterback. And you gotta love Pete Carroll for standing up for his quarterback after.
Geno Smith was seen at the Seahawks game making an obscene gesture, like at a fan with a sign.
Did you see what the sign said?
Yeah, I saw it.
Next question.
Stock up, a 5th round draft pick out of Colorado. No, not that guy. Colorado State standout receiver Torrey Horton, who hears the end zone. Horton may have been a day 2 pick if it weren't for injuries at Colorado State. He's already projected as wide receiver 3 in Seattle, so he is definitely a name to watch. He finished with 3 receptions for 31 yards and a score. Stock down, Aiden O'Connell, who fired 2 first-half interceptions, smartly ensuring the bar Geno has to surpass stays low. You do not want to piss off Geno. Unfortunately for the Raiders, their prized draft pick, Ashton Jeanty, finished with 3 carries for -1 yards. Bust! His stock is unsellable. Better just give him to the Broncos, Raiders. Better give him away, because he's a bust. Stock still high? Jamar Chase. Picking right back up where he finished last year. It's good to know money has not changed Jamar Chase. And to give you an idea of how fucking good Jamar Chase is, he finished with 77 receiving yards and a touchdown, playing in just 11 passing snaps. He was 4th overall in receiving yards from week 1 despite just a couple series. I was happy to see quarterback Tanner McKee light up the Bengals starting defense. His stock started to rise last season, and he's a big reason Philly felt good letting Kenny Pickett go to the quarterback funeral home that is the Browns this offseason. McKee was arguably the best quarterback for the first week of premature football, going 20 of 25 for 252 yards and a couple TDs. A.J. Dillon had a nice juke move in his first game action since 2023. Could serve a solid role in the backfield for the Eagles if he can get back to 100%. Just kidding. Taking Saquon Barkley off the field for any reason would be enough to trigger the Madden curse, which might already be taking shape. Eagles lineman Landon Dickerson went down with a leg injury. Stock up. The Patriots, who scored 48, the most the franchise has ever scored in a preseason game, which is like setting a family record for most times jerking off before marriage. It might feel good, but it really doesn't mean anything. I'm not sure if any of the rookie running backs saw their stocks rise as much as Ohio State's Travion Henderson. Now, he didn't get a lot of opportunities in the run game, just 1 carry for 18 yards and 3 targets out of the backfield, but he had the cleanest special teams stat line you'll ever see. 1 kick return for 100 yards and 1 TD. If Henderson turns out to be better than RJ Harvey, as a Broncos fan, I will shit my pants, and I'll sit in that shit until my shame just becomes my state of being. Adam King pointed out Henderson's first college touchdown was a 70-yard rip, his last a 75-yarder, and his first of the NFL 100. Undrafted rookie running back Lan Larison scored a touchdown on a broken foot. I don't have a joke, that's just badass. The worst looking play of the weekend belongs to Drake May. Careful, Drake. Kendrick Lamar might make an entire diss album about that single play. Luckily for Drake, Andy Dalton provided this little ditty to take the heat off of him.
Dalton pump fakes.
Andy! You've actually never been more relatable to me, Andy. Dalton fired a pick on the next play, and I, for one, love what Dalton is doing. He's tanking his own stock to make sure Bryce Young's stock continues to rise like Berkshire Hathaway post-COVID. Finance bros, you're welcome. So, Panthers versus Browns? Nothing else to see in this game, right? Nothing significant going on in this one. I'm kidding. We're all waiting for the debut of Dylan Gabriel. But he was hurt, so we're settling for Shedeur Sanders' stock report. It's official, Sanders' stock rising slightly. Shedeur got most of the snaps for the Browns offense and finished the game completing 14 of 23 passes for 138 yards and a pair of really pretty touchdown passes. He was layering passes over the defense and generally looked confident when he was playing on time and not bailing out of the pocket. He still needs to work on that. He also dropped an FDR to Luke Floria, who made the one-handed grab of the week. Sanders will get more reps next week week since the Browns quarterback room was built on an ancient Indian burial ground. Just a solid debut for the much-hyped quarterback. Stock down, Nike. Dropping an ad for Shedeur after a preseason performance. No way that gets used against him, right? Right. Stock up, Jackson Dart, whose first touchdown pass to Lil Hump was one of my favorite throws all weekend. I love when a guy still drops an FDR after taking a shot on the throw. Dart, 12 of 19 for 154 yards and that one TD. And the only one of the 4 Giants quarterbacks to not throw a touchdown was actually Russell Wilson, who put up the most Russ stat line you would have expected. 6 of 7 for 28 yards. Regardless, Giants fans can keep their optimism at full attention with Jackson Dart. Stock down, kickers. Surely kicking can't be that hard if backup running backs like Ray Davis are getting onto the field and nailing extra points. Let's let Ray line up from 70 yards and see if he can nail that one too. Then kickers will really be in trouble. Stock up, 3rd overall pick Abdul Carter put a move on Dion Dawkins and finished with 3 pass rush snaps, all 3 which resulted in a pressure on the quarterback. Both the Giants' first rounders looked pretty damn good in Buffalo. Michael Penix didn't play for the Falcons as they faced the Lions. I thought I'd be talking about Lions rookie receiver Isaac Tesla, who did score a touchdown, but it was Jackson Meeks stealing the show with 3 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. Maybe the undrafted free agent sneaks onto the final 53 for Detroit.
At this point, per New York, this game is suspended.
Now, this game actually ended early after Maurice Norris suffered a scary head and neck injury. He was taken to the hospital. The good news is he is going to be okay, but Dan Campbell and Raheem Morris told the officiating crew they were just going to kneel it for the rest of the game, and New York gave them word to end it early to suspend the rest of the game since it was just a preseason game.
He's good, so obviously he's in concussion protocol. We're going to take it nice and easy here, make sure, he's good over the next, call it 10 to 14 days and reassess, so.
Stock boring? J.J. McCarthy, who played 3 series. Not much there. One nice throw, but if you're a Vikings fan, you probably felt a bit underwhelmed. Houston wasn't playing their starters on defense, and you didn't see much from your QB. Stock up, JJ's meniscus, which he did not tear in one preseason game like he did last year. Now, we will see more from JJ next week, but I'm giving some rising stock to the Vikings' offensive depth. Sam Howell and the Vikings' second-team offense put together a really nice 91-yard drive in the second quarter. Receiver Lucky Jackson and running back Xavier Scott were making plays to move the ball downfield, and Howell finished it off with a sneak into the end zone. Stock down, 6th-round rookie Graham Mertz. He had a rough day. 3 interceptions, 7 of 14 for 28 yards. Now, I'm not going to knock a dude chasing his dream, and I hope he bounces back and can earn a roster spot somewhere. But the fact that Graham was taken just 1 round after Shedeur Sanders should tell you how silly the NFL draft can be. Stock down, old guys playing baseball. Johnny Damon looked like he bought an entire Yankees uniform at Goodwill, and the greatest closer of all time, Mariano Rivera, tore his Achilles during the Yankees Old Timers Day game. Reports are saying he went down when a fan threw a pinstripe dildo that hit the back of his leg. Stock down, Kyler Murray. Serious question, is Kyler Murray also colorblind? Remember when Jameis Winston said he got LASIK, and we all assumed that would help him stop throwing interceptions? It didn't work, but it bought Jameis some time. I'd do the same if I were Kyler Murray. I already hyped up that Travion Henderson stat line. Well, let's take a look at Patrick Mahomes. He was 1 for 1 for 1 yard and a TD. And since it's Pat's stat line, I think it looks stupid. What a fucking poser that guy is. He's lucky Jason Brownlee saved his ass by making this ridiculous catch in the end zone. Oh great, another Chiefs receiver that can catch anything thrown his way. There's one new Chief I am officially worried about. Stock way up, rookie tackle Josh Simmons. I guess all the reports from training camp were true. Simmons does not suck, And now it feels like if he stays healthy, every media pundit will say this phrase once a game. How did 31 other teams let this tackle fall to the Chiefs? I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's sad, but Jerry Jones is really going to give this referee a contract before Micah Parsons, isn't he?
They want to get a deal done with Micah Parsons.
Why wouldn't they?
I don't think they like him. I don't think they like each other.
This one CeeDee Lamb penalty where a ref clobbered him is literally the only thing anyone talked about from this game, other than the entire world laughing at Dak Prescott for telling Rams owner Stan Kroenke that he will see them in the NFC Championship game. Not even Scooter believes that shit, Dak. Stock up? I keep forgetting Stetson Bennett is in the NFL, but he did earn my FDR of the week. What a frickin' perfect throw to Xavier Smith. The Rams may have just paid Kyron Williams, but Blake Corum was scoring all the touchdowns. Corum had 9 carries for 32 yards, 2 TDs. He's making a case to be that third down power back that Tyreek Hill is dreaming about at night. Stock up, new Steelers quarterback. Yes, Skylar Thompson. 3 touchdown passes for the Skylar is the limit while he completed 71% of his throws. Next to Tanner McKee, he was really one of the most impressive quarterbacks this weekend. Rising healthcare costs, any receiver catching passes from Trevor Lawrence. Travis Hunter saw that and said, shit, I think I'm purely a defensive player from now on, coach. Stock up, up, up. Jags kicker Cam Little, who drilled a 70 freaking yard field goal as time expired in the first half. Holy crap, I bet he wishes that could have happened in the regular season, because that would have been the final nail in the coffin for Justin Tucker's legacy. Best run in this game, Bashil Tootin, the 4th round pick out of Virginia Tech, who was tooting and scooting into the end zone with the help of a bunch of his teammates. Stock down. Travis Hunter winning offensive and defensive rookie of the year after missing exactly 1 tackle. Maybe the dumbest thing I saw this weekend were the "Welcome to the NFL, Travis Hunter" tweets. Not from anyone reputable, mind you, but dumb nonetheless. We won't get a full dose of Hunter until the regular season, and he plays 100 snaps on the first play. Let that sink in. My Broncos, nothing but glazing this offseason for their free agency round and their draft, and their return to the field, lackluster. Stock down, the Broncos defense getting cooked by the 49ers second string offense on the opening drive. Luckily, Nick Bonito made a case for an immediate contract extension as he got a sack and then a half sack and then nearly a 3rd sack and forced to throw away on 3 consecutive plays. That one series by Bonito was the best ever by any player. Ever. Stock down, the Broncos starting offense, Bo Nix. He had to throw a safety. He also missed or was off target on several throws. Cortland Sutton couldn't make a couple tough grabs. And the run game looked like it did last fucking season. Broncos fans are divided on the debut of rookie running back RJ Harvey. He was either not hitting his holes and a bust, or he was just being smart the way he was running. The only truth is that preseason analysis is crazy. Evaluating a rookie running back after 7 carries, impossible. Bottom line, the Denver defense, after a shaky start, picked off all 3 of the 49ers quarterbacks. Jarrett Stidham went 14 of 15 for 136 yards and threw indisputably the widest open touchdown in football history. Stids is the perfect backup, but yes, Bo Nix, stock down a little bit, but I'm not worried, guys. Malik Willis, he also got sacked in the end zone, strip sacked. Stock up, Justin Fields finally doing what Bears fans wanted and beating the Packers. Also stock up, the acting classes Aaron Glenn forced his team to take to sell fake receptions. That acting job opened up the lane for Fields to score. Stock down, former 8th overall pick Isaiah Simmons, who looked absolutely lost on defense for Green Bay. Simmons might be running out of chances to stay in the league. The Packers wide receiver core picked up where they left off last season after leading the league in drops, and McCole Hardman topped it off with the muffed punt. Undrafted rookie Amar Johnson busted a 39-yard touchdown run, which would have been the longest run from scrimmage for the Packers last season. So there is some positives to take away, Green Bay. Finally, the Bears and Dolphins. Stock down, way down, Miami's short yardage run game. This was a big point of emphasis for Mike McDaniel's team this year. And what did his team do? They got denied 3 times from the goal line. Maybe it's time to start scoring from further away? Miami did rush for 3 touchdowns in this game, but now there are Tyreek Hill trade rumors circling the league. Stock up, guys that probably won't play for the Bears. This, though, was a beautiful grab and tap by Maurice Alexander in the back of the end zone. Stock the same? Quinn Ewers, he had a pretty rough debut with the Finns, completing just 5 of his 18 passes. 5 of 18, Quinn? He probably feels pretty good, though, knowing he doesn't have Arch Manning breathing down his neck anymore. And if Tua starts breathing down his neck, there's a really good chance they bonk heads and Tua enters concussion protocol. Stock way up, second-year edger Austin Booker, whose 3rd sack of the game didn't help Ewers, but the former 5th-round pick out of Kansas had a sack and a half last year. He doubled that total in week 1 of the preseason. Maybe there's something there. Thanks for watching the Week 1 preseason stock report here on That's Good Sports. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to support today's sponsor, PrizePicks. They came up big for me. I really want to make sure we deliver for them this season. And that's it. Football's really back.